Flea. The name is even the foundation for insults like flea brain, flea bag. Fleas are bad news for us and our pets, and outdoor activities increase potential exposures to the parasites. To prevent them from ruining your summer fun, let's bring in Dr. Simon Starkey. He's a preventative veterinary medicine expert. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, thank you.
Good. Who you got there on your lap?
This is my little buddy Zeek. He's a 3-year-old Pomeranian, and he just loves to share the word about flea and tick prevention with me.
And of course, he doesn't have fleas. I assume he's been treated.
No.
He's flea-free. Can a flea bite cause noticeable symptoms in a cat or a dog?
Yes, you're right. You know, when we think of flea infestations, we typically think about the shaggy dog with dozens or hundreds of fleas, and that certainly can be the case. But there are times when just a single bite is enough to cause signs and symptoms in your pets. This is a condition called flea allergy dermatitis, and over time, exposure to those fleas can create an allergy to the point that a single bite can cause noticeable signs such as hair loss, itching, and even oozing discharge from the skin in severe cases.
Yeah, in our area here, eastern Nebraska, western Iowa, are fleas a legitimate concern?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can have some tough winters there, I know, but it can also vary. I know a few years back you had an incredibly mild winter, and so, you know, one thing we also need to keep in mind is that we're heating our homes, and the immediate vicinity of the house can be an area where fleas and ticks can survive year-round. So certainly in many parts of the country we think about it as a summer problem, but it's something to be cognizant of year-round, especially in those cases where we have pets that are allergic, because it'll only take that single bite to start to see some nasty signs and symptoms.
Yeah, I saw a couple words on those graphics that you guys were showing. Lyme disease. I've heard horror stories about Lyme disease. How do ticks spread the disease to dogs?
So Lyme disease is one of several tick-borne diseases. That means these are bacteria that are spread by the bite of the tick into dogs and even people. And you know, Lyme disease is predominantly a concern in the Atlantic coast from North Carolina to Maine and from Indiana up to North Dakota. But what we're seeing is that there are other organisms like Ehrlichia, which is a bit of a mouthful, but that is common throughout the heartland. In fact, really the lower 2/3 of the U.S. from east to west coast, as well as Rocky Mountain spotted fever and anaplasma. So really it would seem that there's nowhere in the country that is completely free of these risks, and they can be prevented with the use of a monthly topical product. I like products like Bayer's Canine Advantix 2 that's going to provide both killing activity as well as repelling activity for fleas and ticks.
Yeah, we've got about 30 seconds, but I want to touch on something because we have some cooler weather right now, but in August, it's traditionally the hottest time of the year here in Nebraska. What about heat stroke? Because we've got that month coming up. What can we do to protect our dogs for heat stroke?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think really any temperature above 80 degrees, you need to be careful, and even into the 70s, just never keep your pet inside the car. It acts like a greenhouse, can get many, many degrees hotter inside the vehicle than out. We all know that on a summer's day, but even in the spring and fall, we have to be careful. The bigger, musclier dogs or overweight dogs are at somewhat increased risk because they generate and retain a lot of heat. But really all pets, you can imagine Zeke's a little guy, but he's got a lot of fur. We really just need to keep that in mind. Provide lots of water, keep them in the shade, and on hot days, probably best keeping them indoors with the AC on. Yeah,
no, it's just a great reminder. How about a website to go to for more information, especially on ticks and fleas?
So for more information, pet parents can visit petparents.com, or for information on products, visit PetSmart.com.
Gotcha. Dr. Starkey, good to see you and Zeke this morning.
Thank you.
All right, Mary, over to you.